In a significant shift that may revive hopes for de-escalation, Hamas has presented a modified stance in the ongoing ceasefire negotiations with Israel, potentially easing weeks of deadlock. While originally demanding a permanent ceasefire and a complete Israeli military withdrawal from Gaza, Hamas is now willing to agree to an initial temporary ceasefire, a more acceptable proposition for the other parties involved in the mediation efforts. The proposal for a 6-week temporary ceasefire includes a critical humanitarian element, proposing the release of vulnerable hostages, including women, children, the elderly, and the wounded. This initial exchange suggests that some Hamas-held hostages are believed to be Israeli Defense Force (IDF) soldiers, denoted by the term female recruits. This potential move towards peace follows a series of meetings between Hamas officials and Hezbollah leaders in Lebanon, indicating broader regional influences on the Palestinian group's strategies, with Qatar also reportedly exerting pressure on Hamas to moderate its demands. Despite advancements, a significant point of contention remains over the number and profile of the Palestinian prisoners that Hamas wants freed from Israeli jails in exchange for the hostages. The figure is said to range from 700 to 1,000, many of whom serve life sentences, a condition that engenders considerable disagreement on the Israeli side. Sources close to Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu are skeptical, having described these demands as delusional. Yet the latest Hamas proposal hints at a new direction that might entice Israel to the negotiating table, particularly under the pressure of public opinion urging the return of hostages. Israel's war cabinet, while having initially appeared to reject the new offer, is convening today to discuss it, indicating that further dialogue might be imminent. Past remarks from Israeli government representatives have suggested flexibility on the prisoner exchange terms, hinting that this area might serve as a foundation for more substantive talks, potentially in Cairo or Qatar. Overall, the sobering reality is that neither side is likely to emerge from the negotiations with all their initial objectives met. For a lasting truce to materialize, both Israel and Hamas will need to engage in a process of compromise. With military tensions still high, the impact of the current dialogue on the long-standing conflict remains to be seen, but the softening of Hamas's stance raises the possibility of narrowing the gap towards peace, even if the specific terms are far from agreed upon.